Hey everyone, in this video we will talk about the equal to clause and the in clause in PostgreSQL. So let's start. So let's say you want to filter your data based on equal to clause. How do you go about doing that? So we'll just go through a few examples. Let's quickly look at the film table. And I'll just show you. So I've got a table called film and it's got all this information. So it contains the release year, and I want to just find all the films and the titles, so film IDs and the film title based on when the release year is 2006. So all you need to do is in the select clause you put the columns that you need, and then you use the where clause and you put the release year, and release year equal to 2006. So I've got that here, and I'll just run that query. So you can see it shows me the top 10, so it shows me 10 titles. So I can remove the limit clause here and it will give me all the movies which were released in 2006. So I'll just run this for us now. And you can see it's returning quite a lot of rows, but if you look at it, this one has a lot more data where if the year is greater than 2006 as well, but we're just filtering for 2006. So let's continue to the next one. Let's find movies which are PG-13 rated. So then again, I'll just show you the data in the table, and the field is called rating. So we need to filter on the rating. So you can see there are multiple ratings here, and we'll just select film ID, title for film where rating is PG-13. So when I run this clause, it's giving me all of these movies. I have a rating of PG-13 because I've got the rating and I put a filter on PG-13. Now the reason this PG-13 is in single quotes is because this is a text field and all text fields go into single quotes. If it is an integer or a numeric field, it goes outside of single quotes, or no single quotes needed. Now let's say I wanted to find customers belonging to store 1. So this is my customer table, and I'll just run this, and you can see that I've got the customer first name, the last name, and then the store ID. So they go to store 1, store 2, and so on and so forth. So let's say I just want to see the customers for store 1. So I'll just this. So it gives me the names. So let's say I just want to see all the customers data, and I'm not really focused on this particular column set. I can just use star. So when I use this, you can see that it only shows me all the customers where the store ID is 1. So essentially what we do is we either put the column name, so like it could be, in our case it was customer ID, first name, last name, or we can use star to get all the columns, and then we put a filter on whatever column we want to filter the data for. So in this case we wanted to filter for store ID. Now let's say we want to start with joins. So we want to find all the films where the language is English. Now, so then you're basically going to join it. So you start with the films table, and then you join it to the languages table on the basis of the common column or the joining key. And then you filter on the languages table. So L is the alias here. You can see this is the alias we gave to the language table where lname.name is English. So if I run this SQL now, what it gives me is all the movies that were done in English. Similarly, we want to find out all the movies which have a category of comedy. So we have all the movies in the film table, and the film category is in film this table. So we join the film F using film ID. So we join it, and then we say where category is comedy, and then we filter it out. So it gives us all the columns. Now let's go on to the in clause. So in basic, so in is a bit like you can use. So let's say you want a rating of PG or PG-13 or R. So instead of saying, where rating is equal to PG or rating is equal to PG-13, so you can see how clunky it gets. You just put it in an in clause and you make it comma separated. So you say where rating in. So it is when you need to filter on multiple values instead of like, so let's say there were 10 values, it would become really clunky. So you can just put 10 values here quite easily, and then you can filter the data set. So as you can see it here, it's doing that for us. Now I think we will skip a few things here. I want to take them up, but maybe they'll get a little complicated in this context. Let's excuse me. Let's say we want to find actors who appeared in films released in 2006. So let's say I run this. So it gives me all the actors. It's a pretty big list. Now I want to see where the actors were in movies which were released in 2006. So from you basically find all the movies which were where the release year was 2006, and then you join it to the film actor using the film ID, and all those actors, for that actor ID you get their names. So that's all we're doing. So it gives us all the actors who featured in movies in 2006. Similarly, we want to see any categories which start with C. So you start with you have a filter query which gives you the category where the category starts like C, and then you get the film ID for those movies, and then from the film table you say film ID in, and this subquery gives you all the categories. So this thing can run by itself. Let's just show you quickly. That's because I didn't. So you can see it's giving me all this base query is giving me all the categories where the name starts with C%, and then I've basically got. So once I've got the film ID from the film table, I say where film ID is all these values. So it gives me the film ID and the title. So in this video, we've essentially covered how to use the equal to clause and the in clause, and also how to use the in clause with a subquery. So I hope you find this video useful, and thanks for watching this video. Do let me know if you would like me to take any specific topics. Cheers. Bye.